did it all, who did it right. The goals, the hustle, the constant striving. But no matter how much I actually achieved, I was still burnt out, stressed, and honestly, deeply unfulfilled. I kept thinking to myself, is this it? Is this what my life is supposed to feel like? That lingering feeling like something was missing. It haunted me for years until one powerful shift changed everything. I stopped chasing and started receiving. That's when I activated my feminine aura. And once I did, my health improved, my relationship transformed, abundance started flowing effortlessly. And for the first time in a long time, I felt peace, like actual peace, the kind where you exhale and finally feel like yourself again. And I know so many women are in this cycle. You're stuck in the go, go, go mode. You're always doing, you're always fixing, controlling, and your body starts to feel that effect. The tension, the burnout, the disconnection from joy. You crave softness, slowness, fulfillment, a life that feels good, not just one that looks good for social media. If you haven't caught my detachment video, go ahead and take a look at that after this video. But today, I am going to be sharing with you habits that helped me shift into that feminine aura and magnetize the life that I live today. A softer, more abundant, joyful. You can attract the love, opportunities, and success without burning yourself to the ground. Just starts with shifting your energy. If you're new here, I'm Mar, and I share tools around femininity, self-improvement, manifestation, and wellness for women who want to rewire their reality and step into their power. Now let's be clear. Feminine energy is not just some TikTok trend that is happening now. It's not a fluff concept. There's a reason why more and more women are being drawn to it and speaking up about it. Because deep down, we know we were not meant to be constantly living in survival mode. We've been conditioned to believe that success comes from doing, proving, and grinding. But the truth is, your power is not in the doing. It's in the being. So if you're ready to activate your feminine aura and start attracting with ease instead of chasing with exhaustion, let's dive into these habits that helped change my life. So in case you're new to the concept of feminine energy, feminine aura, and maybe this is the first time you are seeing a video from me, let's start with the basics. We all have both our feminine and masculine energy. It's within us regardless of our gender. But most women naturally have the feminine core, and most men tend to have a more dominant masculine. Of course, it's not always black and white, but energetically, that is how we're wired. So feminine energy is flowy, intuitive, creative, receptive. It's the energy of feelings, trusting being. And an example could be when you look at the river. It flows. The way beauty feels, the way the heart knows, even when the mind doesn't. Masculine energy, on the other hand, is structured, logical, grounding, and decisive, focused on the doing, the building, the protecting. And this is where it gets real. In today's world, most women are living in survival mode, the mode of the masculine energy, because that's what we've been taught to value. Structure, discipline, hustle, productivity. We're rewarded for how much we can get done and how we can hold it all together. But just because something is praised doesn't mean that it is aligned. So many women are waking up to this realization. I'm constantly in doing mode. I'm always chasing, planning, pushing, but I still feel exhausted. I still feel like something's missing. And that's because you have been disconnected from your feminine essence. Now let me tell you, love, your feminine energy, it's not weakness, it's not laziness, it's not less than, it's powerful, it's magnetic, it's deeply intuitive, and it's already within you. So let's get into these simple, grounded habits to reconnect you with your feminine side. The part of you that feels, flows, trusts, and glows. Let this be your gentle reminder. You don't have to hustle to be worthy. You don't have to force it to receive. You don't have to live in go-go mode to create the life that you love. You get to feel soft. You get to be supported. You get to come home to you. The first one I want to dive into to magnetize your feminine aura is to bring back creativity into your life. Creativity is the language of the feminine. She is the ultimate creator. She births life, nurtures life, and expresses through flow, beauty, and inspiration. But most women today are stuck in the loop of wake up, work, eat, scroll, sleep, and repeat. And while that routine might sustain you, it won't nourish your feminine energy. Every time that you create, every time that you tap into that flow state, you reconnect with your feminine essence. And the magic of that flow state, it quiets the mind. It connects to your heart. It helps you detach from the anxious, overthinking, and drop into your body. So what does this look like in real life? It could be painting, journaling, or writing, dancing, photography, baking, even doing flower arrangements. The what doesn't matter. It's about how it makes you feel. If it lights you up, let your spirit play. That's the one. But if you're sitting there and thinking, but I'm not creative, here's the truth. You are. You just haven't discovered it yet. So be a little curious. Try new things. Let it be light. Let it be messy. Let it be yours. Use creativity as a daily gateway to reconnect with that side of yourself that's wanting to become alive again. This next one is simple, but it's very powerful. Move with your heart. Let your body flow intuitively. Not to perform, not to burn calories, but to reconnect with your feminine. And here's why this matters. The masculine energy is still grounded and linear, but the feminine, she's movement, in motion, flow. She lives in the rhythm, in cycles, curves, and feeling. And when you're stuck in your head, disconnected from your body, you're also disconnected from your feminine. That's why intuitive movement is such a powerful portal. It brings you back into your body. It opens your heart. It activates your feminine flow. And this isn't about workouts. It's about pleasure, about feeling, about letting go. And it could be dancing in your kitchen while you're baking cookies, or romanticizing as you're creating your midday snack, or walking through nature with no phone, just your breath. Maybe you could do some slow yoga flow, or do some playful stretching on the floor. You could sway with music. For me personally, I like to do bachata because I know it feels romantic. Your eyes closed, your hips loose. You don't have to do it right. You just have to feel it. So today, put on a song that opens up your heart. Let your body move without judgment. We're not judging about two left feet here. This is about feeling. So let it unfold instead of performing. This is how your feminine returns. Through freedom, through fun, through full expression. You want to soften into your feminine energy. So here's a question I want you to ask yourself every single day. How can I soften even deeper? And this is a question that I personally live by. And I want you to make this a habit to ask yourself. Because softening doesn't mean becoming weak or passive. It means being connected more with your truth. It means being fully in your body, not just stuck in your head 24/7. So what does softening actually look like? It's relaxing your jaw. It's slowing your breath. It's letting your shoulders drop. It's speaking a little bit more gentle. It's approaching life with grace, not force. It's not about being a pushover. It's about being open. It's about being free. It's about being fully feminine. Because when you've been living in the masculine for so long, your body starts to forget how to relax, how to receive, and how to feel safe. That's why softening is a practice, something that you return to again and again. You can even soften your voice, not in a way that makes it inauthentic, but in a way that makes your energy move with sensuality and grace. So did you know that when you are anxious or tense, our vocal cords tend to tighten up? So if your voice has been feeling tight, rushed, or flat, that's when your nervous system is calling for softness. So ask yourself today, even when life feels intense, even when things feel hard or uncertain, how can I soften even just 5%? Your feminine thrives in safety, and softness is what tells your body you are safe. You can let go. This next one might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but it's one of the most feminine things that you can do. And this is actually to feel your feelings. Instead of stuffing down and holding it on your throat or over analyzing them, most of us were taught to suppress our emotions, to keep it together, to be low maintenance, to smile even when our world feels like it's crumbling. We were taught that our emotions make us too much, too dramatic, too sensitive, too unstable. But your feminine energy is made up of emotions. She's not here to suppress. She's here to express. But I'm not suggesting to cry in the middle of a work meeting at work, but to do this when you are in a safe space. You want to let yourself feel it. Thinking about your emotions, ruminating, analyzing, trying to solve them, that's all masculine energy. Your feminine asks, what am I actually feeling in this moment? Where do I feel it in my body? Do I feel it in my throat, Do I feel it in my heart? Do I feel it in my stomach? Does it feel heavy or light? Opened or closed? When you slow down and let the emotions move through you, you unlock softness, vulnerability, and power. Your emotions are not the problem. Holding them in is. So let yourself cry. Let yourself release it. Let yourself be seen. Because emotional expression is feminine embodiment. This next one might surprise you because it's not directly about your feminine energy. It's actually about your masculine. Now wait, I'll explain this. Your feminine energy cannot fully thrive without masculine structure. These energies are not enemies, they're divine counterparts. They balance and support each other. And while it's easy to associate femininity with softness, flow, and intuition, your feminine needs that inner masculine presence, the grounded, the supportive container, in order to feel safe. So I want you to think of it like this. The more grounded your masculine is, the more your feminine can relax, open, and express. And you can see this in relationship. If one partner isn't embodying the masculine presence, clarity, leadership, it becomes really hard for the other partner to relax in their feminine. But the same dynamic happens within you. So give yourself light structure. Essentially, at the beginning of each week, this is how your inner masculine says to your feminine, I've got you, you're safe, you're in flow. And personally for me, that is my weekend reset. And I talk more about this in this video right here that I will attach, and you can watch it later. So for you, it might look a little bit different. Maybe it's meal prepping, maybe it's doing your laundry, or maybe it's dedicating a day into your beauty routine. And the goal here isn't rigid discipline. It's loving support, creating a container so your feminine feels seen, held, and free, because your feminine cannot flourish in chaotic, anxious, or disorganized environment. It needs calm, it needs spaciousness, it needs to feel safe in order to truly feel alive. So give yourself the structure that you need to feel taken care of, grounded, and fully supported. And that's when your feminine will finally feel safe to shine. So the next habit is quite simple, and that is reconnecting with nature. It is so deep healing for your feminine energy. So soak up Mother Earth every single day. If you have a moment, whether you're stepping into your backyard or going to the park and touching some grass, take off your shoes, let your feet touch the grass. Nature is the divine feminine. She's the ultimate expression of flow, creation, beauty, and nourishment. The trees, the wind, the ocean, the sun, they don't try, they just are. So if you don't want to touch some grass, maybe go to the beach. Let your feet touch the water. Let it flow through you. And every time that you step into her presence, you reconnect with the feminine in you. Most of us live in a loop that disconnects us from this energy. Wake up, sit in a car, go to work, go to the gym, sit at home. The only outside that we probably get access to is the parking lot. This is not how we're meant to live, and it's depleting the feminine soul. The feminine thrives in beauty, in stillness, in connection, and nature is the original source of all of it. So make it a habit, even for just 10 minutes a day. If you're walking to work, coming back home, maybe stop by the park. Or if you live near the ocean, let your feet touch the water. Let the sun kiss your skin. Breathe in the real air. Touch the ground with your feet. Notice the beauty. Not to be productive as a to-do check off, but to actually come back to life, because you are nature. You are made of earth and wind and cycles and softness. And when you forget who you are, Mother Earth will always remind you. The next habit is about protecting your energy and honoring your joy. Stop giving your time to things, to people that don't light you up. Now, of course, not everything in life is going to be singing birds above you. We all have to do things like taxes and laundry. I don't love folding clothes, but it still has to get done. But that's not what this habit is about. This is about the extra energy that you are leaking, doing things that you could say no to, but don't because you feel guilty or obligated because it's family or afraid of what others will think. If you keep hanging out with that friend that no longer feels aligned with you, it's okay to lovingly outgrow them. If you're still saying yes to parties, to drinking, or weekend plans that don't excite you anymore, you don't have to keep pretending that it works for you. If you're forcing yourself to go lift weights, even though every night you secretly dread it, you don't have to keep doing it. You can find another form of moving your body just because you want to look a certain way. There are other ways to be healthy, ones that actually feel good. So for me personally, I used to love lifting weights, and then it just wasn't aligned for me anymore. That's when I decided to look into yoga, into Pilates, because that is what was now more aligned for me. Life is too sacred to be spending it on things that suck the soul out of you. This is your permission slip. You don't have to earn your right to enjoy life. You're an adult. You're allowed to choose. You're allowed to choose who you surround yourself with, how to move your body, what to say yes to, and where your energy will flow. And if your job is draining you, I get it. Not everyone can quit overnight, but you can start exploring your options. You can choose something that is more aligned for you, more fulfilling, more meaningful, even if it's one baby step at a time. If you keep living in misalignment, if you keep doing what doesn't feel good just to please others, your feminine energy will fade. You'll lose your spark, your radiance, your glow. So choose what lights you up. Let that be your new normal. This next one is super grounding, and it's literally the most underrated, and that is to take a free phone day. I'm not saying forever, I'm not saying every day, just enough to come back to you, to feel connected to your feminine energy. You have to be connected to yourself, to your emotions, to your intuition, the present moment. But that's almost impossible when your phone continuously is buzzing and receiving notifications left and right. And I love my phone. I'm grateful for it. Social media makes it too easy for you to absorb other people's energy, and being always accessible makes it hard to protect your own. You're constantly taking information, the noise, and opinions. But when do you ever get the space to listen to you? That's why I highly recommend taking a free phone day, even if it's just once every 2 weeks. And I do this even more in the summertime because I have a family. It's not about perfection or digital detox. It's about boundaries, intentional stillness. Coming back to the quiet reveals what you actually need. And here's how I do it. You can keep your phone on for emergencies only, but all other notifications, social media, emails, work related, completely turned off. I focus on being present with myself. And some of these things can be journaling, resting, moving, creating. And every time I do this, I feel clearer, more me, because the feminine doesn't thrive in the noise. She blooms in stillness, in peace and presence. So take the day, put the phone away, and come back to your body, your breath, and your truth. This habit might just be the one your inner child has been begging for you to do. Make space for play, not just fun, but real, unstructured joy for the sake of play. Somewhere along the way, we were taught that play is childish, that productivity is where our worth lives, that everything has to have a purpose, a goal, a return. But the truth is, play is medicine for the feminine. It brings your spirit back to life. So if you're stuck in the loop of work, eat, sleep, and repeat, that's your sign. Because nothing drains the feminine energy faster than the joyless routine. The feminine needs color, laughter, silly moments, and curiosity. She needs aliveness, not just achievement. And no, this doesn't mean booking a luxury vacation or going to Disney World. But if you can, go off. It can be as simple as having a board game night. You could do this with your partner. You could do this with your friends if you don't have a partner. You could do karaoke night or have a painting session with your partner or your friends. Dance like no one's watching. Laugh over that silly comedy skit. Just vibe. So if your nervous system has only been wired to value doing, play might feel awkward at first, but this is your soul remembering how to feel again. Feminine energy brings joy, texture, and magic into the world. Don't let adulthood rob you of that. So give yourself permission today to be curious, not to take life so seriously, because play isn't immature, it's deeply healing, it's feminine, it's necessary, and it's yours. Now this last habit is most often blocked, and that is to let yourself receive. The feminine is not in the chasing energy. She's not the hustler, she's not the overgiver, the overfunctioner. She's the receiver, the magnet, the one who attracts and welcomes in her desires. And in my opinion, one of the most beautiful things about being in your feminine is having the ability to draw things in effortlessly. Love, support, opportunities, abundance, without burning yourself out to earn it. Receiving doesn't mean that you're not capable. It means you remember you don't have to do it all alone. The masculine is naturally designed to give. The universe, God, whatever higher power you believe in, is designed to give, to provide. But if your heart, your body, your nervous system isn't open to receiving, you'll block the very thing that you're praying for, that you're asking for. So if you're ready to take this even deeper, I actually have another video that you can go ahead and take a look at after this. So go check out the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here through the end of this video. Go ahead and check out the description box where I have so many more information and programs to help you even further. I appreciate you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!